Hello, yes, it's that time of the day again. Time for a brand new one-day special. But not only that, we've got a brand new supplier as well. Well, not supplier, but a brand new guest, brand new designer from, well, Lou's here as well. Paper Discovery, that's where we're from. But Olga, I'm going to introduce you first. Welcome to Hochanda. You've designed everything that we're going to show today. You're doing the demonstrations, you've done the samples. They're absolutely stunning. We are going to see much more of you, of course, over the course of this evening and as well tomorrow. So looking forward to your demonstrations. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, Olga, before we send you away to get ready.
Well, I started just as a crafter. It's all thanks to the internet. I've saw some crafty stuff online and I was hooked, and I started watching the videos first. Then I became crafting myself. Then I started my channel, which is now 30,000 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
And now I have my own line of products, which makes me a really happy crafter.
Oh, amazing. Oh, that's a wonderful story. Do you know, I'm wondering how many people are sitting at home thinking, well, if that's how it started for Olga, where am I going to find myself next? Well, Olga, I can't wait to see the demonstrations. We're going to let you go and get ready. Myself and Lou are going to go down the counter and show everybody these wonderful, wonderful products because they are absolutely gorgeous. Now, starting here, Lou, welcome to you as well, of course. It's a long time since we've seen each other up until today, so it's very nice, this. Now, we've got two different options for you today. We've got Into the Pond or Beyond the Sea. So there is a difference, but I've got to say there's something about both of these that I absolutely do. I love everything, but there's something in particular which I'm going to mention in a minute. But we'll start here with Into the Pond first of all, because we've got dies, we've got stamps, but we've got the most gorgeous vellum as well.
You love the vellum, don't you?
I absolutely adore it.
It is stunning. So this is vellum, not like anything I've seen before. So each piece has a beautiful pattern to it. It's a really, really good quality vellum. But you can see that when we put it against white, it's subtle, but it's still so magical, isn't it? You're going to get lots of different variations in the design. You've got some greys in there. You've got some stronger colours with the blues as well. So you can see like the almost the seaweed effect in there. Now this is one of my personal favourites here.
These are so
They are gorgeous, aren't they? So you've got the translucency that you'd expect with a vellum. You can tear these. There's a white core to them, so you can absolutely tear them, distress them, emboss them, die cut them, do all of these techniques. Then they are thick. They are thick. They're like paper, so you can treat them in exactly the same way as you would your paper. But if I just pop my hand behind there, you can see that translucency with this ripple effect. It's stunning, isn't it?
That is absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is. And I did post a little bit on social media, just say do watch, especially if you want hints and tips on vellum as well, because vellum is one of those materials that sometimes we're a little bit frightened of. We're not sure what to do with it.
Absolutely. It's been around for years, but very often we just pop it in an aperture. That's about all we do with it. Olga has so many tips and tricks up her sleeve, you would not believe. So for the next, the 5 shows that we have with the one-day special, she's going to really give you a new insight into using vellum.
Oh, amazing. Can't wait. Really can't wait. Now, you're getting 8 sheets of vellum in this collection. You're also going to get the dies as well that I've got here. So you can see the actual dies on this board. These are lovely because there's lots of detail in here, Lou. It's not just a shape. It's not an outline shape. You've got the detail as well, as we can see.
If I show you the actual die cuts as well. So the dies are a different size to what you see on the packet, so don't let that be deceiving when you get your packet home. They are actually larger inside. We've got the beautiful weeds that are growing up. We've got the, oh, look at the fish.
I know.
So I can imagine you can create a goldfish bowl, you can create a pond, a lake, whatever you want to. You can do this. You've even got the little treasure chest there as well, look. The carp or, you know, I don't know all my fish breeds, to be honest.
Carp, koi.
Yeah, there's lots of them. This is stunning. Have them swimming in and out of the foliage there. And this is one of my favourites, the bubbles.
The bubbles are amazing,
I love
aren't
that.
they?
I absolutely love that.
I love the fact that with the frogs as well, you've got 2 different sizes there. Do you know, you're going to have so much fun with these, aren't you? And it doesn't end there because we've also got some stamps for you as well, which we can see here. Absolutely stunning. Now, we have got lots of samples around us, but can I just pick out the one at the side? I'm going to pick this up, actually, just so we can have a really good look at this. When we're talking about vellum, using the dies, using stamps in conjunction with them, look at this. We've talked about vellum, Lou, and when I think of vellum, I think of a plain vellum, sometimes a shimmer vellum, or if I've seen printed vellums, they've been very sort of vivid colours, very striking patterns, and you don't really know what to do with them. Harsh is the word that's right, I think, to use it. These are so delicate. But just using those die cuts there as well, creating the layers.
What Olga's done here is popped die cuts behind as well. With that vellum, you get that slight translucency, so you can see them, but it's very, very subtle. This is actually a shaker card.
It is, I've just noticed that, look.
Yep, got the sequins inside as well there, so you can do that. With this one, you can see we've got the fish swimming behind the vellum, and then you can see the bubbles on the top. And you get that subtleness afterwards when it goes over the top. You can stamp on this as well. You can heat emboss on it, as you can see she's done here. So again, all your techniques that you do with paper, don't be scared of vellum. Try it with all of them.
Don't be scared of it. It's absolutely beautiful. You're going to have loads of fun. £28.96, of course, is the price for this one. You're saving £6. This is Into the Pond. This is the first option. 691829 is the item number. Now, the next option is Beyond the Sea. So we're moving from maybe from the garden into the sea itself. Now, it's a little bit different. You're getting the vellum again here, or you're getting some vellum, but you're getting 2 packs of vellum, so 16 sheets in total. We are also getting a die and a stamp set here as well. Now we're going to show you the boards once again, and the detail, I've got to say, just the same as Into the Pond, you're getting lots of detail in the dies themselves. So here we have the dies as in die form, but you've got the board there with the die cut pieces, which I've got to say,
all the dies, as you can see, are individual, and then again, they're good sized dies. They're perfect if you want to do your colouring with. Olga's got a tip with these actually. I'll let her show you the result later, but you can hot foil with some of these dies as well, and the detail that comes out, particularly on things like the starfish. We see where we've got that embossed detail there. That comes out in foiling absolutely beautifully. You've got seahorses and shells, jellyfish in here, lobsters, lots and lots in here. It's absolutely exquisite. Pick and choose which ones you use. Of course, you don't have to cut them all at once, so you can cut a few. If you only have a small die cutting machine, like the smallest ones on the market, you can still cut every one of these dies in it.
These are beautiful, and I think something like this one in particular as well. Don't even think about under the sea. Think about your flowers, your arrangements of flowers.
Perfect.
Use it, you know, in your displays, your little sprays of flowers as well. So think past the seaside on these. I'm just going to quickly show you these because I've just been handed these. Talking about the hot foiling, look at these.
Aren't they stunning? So if you do have a hot foiling machine at home, you can absolutely do this as well. So any of those dies where you can have a look at them, if they've got this embossing detail, that will then hot foil those solid details for you.
Beautiful. And remember, 2 packs of the vellum here as well. We've just got some of the, I don't know if we're going to show you all these right now because we've got so much to get in and we want to get to Olga as soon as possible. But these are absolutely stunning as well. Look at the shells in this one.
And I love this
that delicate green.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. You can, of course, fussy cut some of those if you want to, if you want to just pick out areas, or have it as an entire background. It's not going to take the focus away from the elements on the page. It's just a little bit of detail and texture in the background.
They are stunning. I'm not going to show you them all because I do want to move on. We will see more of them later as well. So there you are. You've got your 2 different options there. You can go for both because remember the vellum is different on the Into the Pond as to the Beyond the Sea. Different stamps, different dies, so you're not going to be duplicating anything there. So if you wanted to go for the whole collection, you can go for 2 lots. Just put both selections in your basket. 691829 is the item number. But we do have more because we've got something very special coming up as well here. Underwater elements. Now I can see lots and lots of scope for these as well, and there's something a little bit special about these as well, because yes, we've got some embossing folders here, but they're not just any old embossing folders, are they, Lou?
Absolutely not. This is probably one of my favourite tools to use. This top one here with the gravel edge, so it's a bit like a pond edge, is an embossing folder but with a die in the folder. So you're doing in one pass, you're cutting and embossing at the same time. It's absolutely stunning. Team that then with the die that we can see at the bottom here. They are different, so you can get 2-tone effect. As you can see with the cards here that I've done on the side, we've actually got all the layers in there, and they are, the top one is the die, and that has an embossing effect on it, so you can use your rubber mat. The inside is the embossing folder with the die, so they work together so well. You've then got the gravel and you've got those element dies as well.
These are fabulous. Let me just show you the dies here first of all again, so the dies themselves, and then I'm going to come back to 1 or 2 samples just to really showcase what you can achieve with these. So there's the dies, an awful lot in this set. There really is a lot, isn't there?
There is a lot. In fact, we've got 3 boards full of, full of things to show you because there's so much.
Do you know, I'm also seeing with these 2, actually, the first board here, we've got the embossing folder with the die in there. I can see sort of fantasy figures.
Yes.
I see dinosaurs popping out from there, dragons
like,
in there as
caves
well.
And things.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Really, really lovely.
You can then go in with your inks and things and your texture, your gilding waxes, whatever it may be, pick out that texture. But then when you're looking at embossing, I mean, you can actually add ink to the embossing folders, can't you? There's a lot of techniques you can be doing. And they're stunning.
These are fabulous. They're absolutely. There's a lot of embossed detail there.
There really
There's
is.
a lot of depth there as well. Look at this. Just catching that with your rings, let alone doing anything else. You know, just wonderful. And then you've got your die cut elements here as well. Once again, the detail in these is incredible. Love that little dragonfly. Look at this. You've got the lily pads there, the little frog again. So many beautiful elements. Well, what a great bundle that is. I've just got to pick up. Is it this one here? Oh no, that's from the other one. Where am I seeing?
Which
oh,
one?
it's
On the shaker.
We've got another shake here. Look how the embossing folder's been used. A little bit of glittering. I'm just going to turn that around the other way. But look at the effect that you're getting there.
Olga has very much focused on shaker cards with this. She's going to show you lots of different techniques for them, using different materials inside them as well. But of course, the water theme works so well with it.
Just beautiful. £26.96. You've got a £13 saving on this one. Item number 867360. Now we're just going to quickly look at the vellum collection here because we have covered this in the one-day special. If you were going for both options, you would get 3 packs of vellum. Well, you can go for the vellum on its own. So if you want to double up on your order of vellum, if you're liking what you're seeing, if you want to just play with the vellum, then go for this option. So all 3 packs here. These are just stunning, aren't they? Freedom saving as well, just £14.38. That's delivered for Freedom members. Remember, 649746 is the item number. I think many of you are going to be popping that into your baskets along with the one-day special. So you've got extra vellum to work with because once you get going with it, you are going to love it. Now, Lou, you've just picked up. I fell in love with this the moment I saw it.
Beautiful.
This is one of the simplest cards, but the effect is just, I just wouldn't have thought of doing that.
It's so clever. I mean, I don't know how Olga thinks of it. So you can see you can do your stamping, your heat embossing. What's really clever about this, and I know Olga will go over this while she's demonstrating, but when we look on the reverse, you can't see the glue. This is what's really clever about her vellums. You cannot see the glue. I've seen her use a wet glue, and because of the colour tones, you cannot see it at all. I mean, that's got to be a first for vellums.
I wouldn't have even thought glue had been used there. I thought they were just kind of intertwined there.
Glue.
What a wonderful collection. Here we are, the vellums on screen, 649746 is the item number. We've got so many wonderful goodies to show you, in fact, during the course of the shows we've got, including the next item as well, because this is nice as well. We have got your coordinates here to go with your underwater world set, and we've got something a bit special here as well. Look
Beautiful.
at this.
Do you know what, if you're going to be thinking about making shaker cards, and you will be inspired once you've seen Olga's demonstrations, then these are perfect for popping inside, or just using as little accents. We've got that iridescent seashell there, and then the gold little fishies as well. They are beautiful, and we've got some just
look at this. If I
this.
just tip this around, just so you can see the movement there. Looks great with the blue stars in there as well.
It really does, doesn't it? It's so pretty.
Jimmy's saying it's like the coral reef. It is with those colours, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I haven't seen sequins anything like this before anywhere.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and you're getting a big bag of those as well. £9.98 is the price, so you're getting the sentiments and you're getting, of course, those confetti pieces as well. You're getting 18 stamps in total here. Really, really lovely. I love some of these as well. Look at that, water special day. You've got everything for every occasion here. You've got deeper sympathy, you've got the birthday fishes, love that, play of words there. Just £9.98 for that whole collection, 264-975. That's the item number. Off to a busy start. We're going to take you over to the website. We're going to see more of Lou, I'm sure, a little bit later as well, but we want to make our way down to Olga. Now, we've got things here that you can see on screen that we've not seen on the counter so far. So do be shopping ahead of us. The timeless collection, I've got to say, is absolutely gorgeous as well. I'm hoping we're going to see some samples of that a little bit later on as well, because they are stunning. We're busy across the board. Off to a flying start. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what Olga's got up her sleeve for us. Don't forget to check those baskets out. I've got a feeling we're going to continue to have a very busy show. Right, I'm delighted to be here at the demonstration area with Olga. What are we going to see?
So, for the start, I'm going to create a card where I'm going to use a lot of products from the water collection.
Okay.
So, let's get started with the largest die, because the largest, it's always the most convenient way to go from the largest to the smallest.
I'm just standing quite close to you, Olga, simply because I think we've got a bit of an issue with your microphone, but we'll keep going unless we have to stop. Don't worry about it, Tech will sort it out.
Okay, so this actually is a set of dies. We've got 2 plain outlines with the cutting lines, and we've got an embossing insert. Well, the dies, the large ones like those, can be quite intricate, and sometimes they're hard to work with.
Okay.
But I will show you the way how you can do it painlessly.
Okay.
So first of all, I would like to use just the insert, and I'm going to emboss the cardstock.
Wonderful.
So I'll tape it down. You have to build up a sandwich that you would normally use for embossing the die.
Okay.
You can also act differently, like I'm doing now. So I'm using the cutting sandwich and a sheet of craft foam underneath.
Ah, wonderful. So
I'm putting it down there, right below the die. I'm sending it through the machine.
So Olga, if we've got a rubber embossing mat, we could use that, or as an alternative, the foam.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, right, we're just having a bit of a technical issue, so we're just going to go to a video just while we sort out Olga's microphone for you. So we'll just watch this and we'll come straight back as soon as possible.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Yes, it certainly does make it easier. Hopefully we've managed to sort out the technical issue with the microphones for you. We didn't want Olga to carry on when you couldn't hear properly. Now, so just to go over what you've done there, Olga, you've embossed with the die there using a piece of craft foam.
Yes.
Just send it through your die cutting machine.
And
there we
we've
are.
got all the embossed details on the cardstock.
Beautiful.
And then I'm going to use the matching outline. Just have to find the right way to place it. This way.
Lovely.
I'll tape it down so it won't slide or move while I'm sending it through.
Wonderful. And well worth taping it down, because if it does move, then obviously you're going to come away from the outline.
Okay, I guess it works this way.
Lovely. Yes, you can definitely see how to sit the die in place. You can see by the shape of it, there's a definite position.
It fits right in. And now we're going to die cut it.
Wonderful. Lovely.
Placing the dies. And die cutting won't really flatten the embossed pattern. It's still going to look
That's a point actually, because
fine.
normally we do it the other way around, don't we?
If it happens, you can always use the embossing insert again and bring it all back, but I think
you can see it wonderfully.
It's
Lovely.
great just as it is. So I'm popping it out.
That's a beautiful colour cardstock as well.
Here we have, obviously you can use just the insert or just the cutting outline, but here I have the frame that is shaped like a stone pool that is perfect for shaker cards as well as the framed cards.
Lovely.
So I'll set it aside for now, and now I'm going to create another layer for this card, and I'm going to use the cut and emboss folder.
Ah, now
This one
this looks amazing.
It's so easy. All you have to do is to put a piece of cardstock inside, close it up,
Okay.
and then we are sending it through the machine just like a regular embossing folder.
So always important to check the sandwich of your particular machine. Remember, with an embossing folder, it's thicker than a die, so you'll need to make those changes.
So we're sending it through.
Lovely. I really do like this. Everything you've used so far, Olga, is from different elements are from the details that we're seeing on the screen there. So you've got the underwater elements here, 867360, and 20% of the stock has already gone. Great price at £26.96. You've got £13 saving here.
So now we're opening it up, and we see that
Look
it's
at that.
embossed, but this part comes right off. It
Wonderful.
cuts really well.
And you could keep
This
that
one-
piece and use it for something else as
You
well.
can actually pull the die out if you don't
Can
want
you?
it. Yes, and use just the embossing.
Oh, I hadn't
But I didn't
realised
do
that.
that because I love the windows so
Yeah.
much. I just keep
These are great
using
for your
it.
scrapbook pages as well, if you want to put
Yes.
photographs behind there.
This is what I thought of it when I was designing it. I imagined it as a frame for the family picture on the
Yes,
beach.
definitely.
Yeah, you can just
Definitely.
add a few seashells here from the other
Oh.
die sets, and your frame is ready. And by the way, you can choose. This is kind of a handmade pool.
Yeah.
This is the natural
The
one
natural
with all
one.
the pebbles,
Yeah, good
but
point.
they can be combined, and you can use them together.
Oh, I like that actually. That works
And this
well.
is what we are going to do, but before we do that, we are going to add the background to the card, and I'm going to use a piece of vellum here. It already has a pattern on it, so I can just go with it.
Lovely.
But just to show you, you can take it even one step further, and I'm going to use the gravel embossing folder on it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing this. Remember the vellum, part of the one-day special. We do have a bundle of vellum if you want the vellum on its own, but with the one-day special, you've got different options here. So we have got, of course, the Into the Pond. We've also got the Under the Sea one. The elements of the pieces that Olga's been using there, Olga's been using here, is from the Elements and the Pond Edge die sets. You've got the gravel and the pebbled pond with the embossing folder, as well as you've seen there. 867360 is the item number. Absolutely love the detail here. Now this is showing how versatile this vellum is as well. Wow,
So we have
look at
embossing.
this.
We can still see some of the pattern of the printed one,
That is
but it's got
amazing.
that
Can I just hold it up,
extra detail.
You
Just
see, you
one thing you
can't
can
do
do.
that with every piece of vellum. I know, because I've tried various vellums, sent them through embossing folders, and it has just cut through. This is such a really, really good weight, and it brings out the detail around the gravel there. Do you know, you could use that as a background for anything. It doesn't have to be under the sea, it doesn't have to be a pond life, it could be for anything. Really
can
love
be
the
a leather.
effect. It could be leather, very true. Love it, absolutely love it.
So what we are going to do is now we are going to assemble the card. So I'm putting some of the adhesive onto the back side of the vellum.
Why do you love vellum so much then, Olga? What is it about vellum that you like?
It's that mysterious look that it gives.
Yeah.
It's very soft, and it looks pretty much like water itself. You can see through it, but not too far.
Yes.
So they are perfect for water-themed cards.
Beautiful.
So now we just add other layers that we have created. So I'm using the double-sided foam tape here to give
Okay.
it some extra dimension. I'm going to peel off that liner.
I know that you didn't have an awful lot of time to put samples together, but what you've achieved with the samples that you've done are absolutely stunning. And I love the way that you've worked with the die cut pieces, some behind the vellum, some in front of the vellum. And as we saw with that card, with the little cuts in the vellum, how you can kind of intertwine the die cut pieces. So some parts are behind, some parts are in front. It's just an amazing finished result that you can see in
Well,
there.
you just have to start, then it's really hard to stop. So I'm placing this layer over here.
Lovely. Look at at the detail that we've got here with the embossing folder. I honestly hadn't realised you could take the die out of there.
And then I'm going to do the very last, the top layer.
Lovely. So your foam, there's about 2 millimetres in depth, would you say?
About that depth.
Yep. You could go with...
Rather thick, but not too much.
Whatever you want, really, couldn't you? It depends on the depth you want to achieve.
Well, the vellum creates depth all on itself.
Of course.
Even on a flat card.
Yes, of course.
And then we are just centering this one, placing it on top.
Just going to slide that a little bit to the centre of the mat there, just so it's in the centre for the camera there, Olga. That's lovely.
And here we have the pond ready. We just have to add some life to it.
Okay.
I have some images pre-die cut, just to make things quicker.
Lovely. So these elements are from the one-day special.
And then I'm just going to use the liquid glue.
Are these into the pond? Are they all from one collection, or have you got a mix of the two here?
I believe they are from one collection, but they really can be mixed. They work together perfectly.
Lovely.
And if you look at those dies closer, you will notice that actually some of them, there are two main types of them. One of them is the view from the side, like we see this fish.
Yeah.
And one of them is the view from the top, like for instance this koi fish.
Ah, let me just bring the board in. I
So-
can see exactly what you're talking about now. Yes, so if we look here,
This
so
is view from the top.
yeah, there we have. We've got a sample as well I can show you. So view from the side there, but this one you can see view from the top, which is really clever actually, because it really does open up those options. If I just show you this card. Now, we did have a little look at this earlier, I believe, but just to point out, so you're looking into the pond here, so you're seeing the fish from the top. So you can do different ways, maybe if you're wanting to look sort of in from a porthole maybe, or maybe if you're under the sea and you're looking, you're going to see the fish from the side, but there you're looking down from the top. Very, very clever indeed.
And I'm just basically arranging the die cuts. You can play around, you can find different combinations, but I'm just sticking them down onto the background.
Lovely. I love the fact that you're using a mirror card, you're using a matte card here, you're using a shimmer card as well. So using different types of cardstock, but they work so beautifully without overpowering the colours. You're keeping it very sort of subtle in colour. It looks really effective.
We'll put
There,
this
it's
one
nice to have
over
the frame
there.
because you can tuck things behind.
And we can also add a little frog on the outside of the pond as well. Here or there, I guess here is better.
Love it. You've got that nice balance with the fish there in the same cardstock.
Yeah, and silver and gold cardstock is great for the fish.
It certainly is. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just stunning. Really, really lovely. Let me just hold that to the front so we can see that from the front there. Isn't that amazing? Really love that. And just if we look at the depth from the side there as well, you don't need an awful lot of depth because, as we said, with
But
the vellum, it
it's
creates
still
it.
flat enough to be sent in an
It
envelope.
certainly is. Love that. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Olga. We'll come back to you in a little while. We're just going to give you a reminder of the vellum on its own, actually, because within the one-day special, you've got 3 sets. You're getting all 3 sets here with the vellum itself. Item number 649746. That's the item number there for the vellum on its own. There is a freedom price on this as well. £14.38 is the freedom price there. That's delivered to your door. These vellums are just stunning. I don't think you'll appreciate how beautiful these actually are until you get them home. They're so delicate in colour, the colours are beautiful, there's so much you can achieve with them as well. Now, another reminder, the one-day special, of course, we're going to give you the details of that in a little while because we have got the options, of course. We're going to get Lou to come back in just so that we can show you everything, and maybe if there's any questions I can ask Lou, we can do that as well. Now, the one-day special itself, we've got the choices here, Lou, which I don't know how you would choose. I think most people probably are thinking, oh, I need both of these. You can go for both. There's no duplicates.
Nothing at all, no.
Shall we start with it into the pond first of all and just give another reminder of this one first of all?
Absolutely. So the die set first of all. Now the die set is actually the smaller packet, but I think you get the largest amount in there because when you look at the dies, they are much larger than you've got on the packet. The detail is stunning. They're all individual as well, so it doesn't all come on one sheet. You don't need to have a large A4 die cutting machine to cut them. You can absolutely use your smaller machines. But the detail in there is beautiful, isn't it? And we've got some. Which ones have we got? So if we have a look at the, so the treasure chest there, for example, you can see you can actually foil that as well if you have a hot foiling machine at home too, and there's others with lily pads here, but we'll move on to those in a little while.
Lovely. It is nice to have that extra detail in there. And then we've got the stamps, of course, that go with this particular choice. And we've also got the vellum, remember. Now, with this one, you've got a pack of vellum. You're getting 2 sheets, 4 different designs, so 8 sheets in total. And you're getting that gorgeous, gorgeous embossing folder here as well. Have we got the board there with the embossed...
that embossing folder
that's coming up
further down.
Right, okay. So you can see it there. Details on the screen, 691829. That's the first option for you. So that's into the pond, but we've also got beyond the sea. Now I can tell you both options are kind of neck and neck here, which makes me think that yes, a lot of you are going for both of these. You want the whole collection. So beyond the sea, this is what we're looking at here. I adore this sample here. I think, look at this.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Isn't that beautiful?
Olga is so talented. I mean, she's used everything there. Dies, embossing folders, stamps as well. She's done some heat embossing on the vellum. You've got a little bit of the shaker in there as well. She's added some ink to that embossing folder that's cut out, as she was just showing you with the
really
yellow
effective.
cardstock earlier. Everything just pulls together and it just coordinates beautifully.
It certainly does. And again, we've got vellum, but different to the first option.
Yes.
So you've got the seashells in here. You've got all sorts of different sort of elements from under the sea or beyond the sea, as we're saying here. I'm going to just put that landscape way just so we can see that really well. Now, the colours that have been chosen here, Lou, I think are absolutely beautiful. You've got the blues, you've got the soft green in there, you've got the whites as well. And you did something that actually did show this off very, very well. The transparency, the translucency that you've still got with this vellum, even though it's been printed, and it's very, very thick in weight. It's a really good quality vellum.
So the thing that's often put me off in the past using vellum is gluing it, adhering it. But I don't know if you saw the last demo, where Olga just put the tape runner on the vellum. You just can't see it through.
It's
Wet glue as
amazing.
well, it just doesn't show because of the perfect amount of colour on there. It's just seamless.
Wonderful. So there you are. That's the 2 options. You can go for both. As we're saying, you will not get any duplication of anything there. £28.96 is the price per option. £6 is the price there. 691829. Now, moving on down, we want to remind you of another collection. We've got another collection right here. So, oh, now then, I think we're going to move down, actually. Are we staying here? We're going to the Timeless collection next. Right, OK, so we're going to have a little bit of a wander down the counter. We didn't see this on the first visit, did we? No. So it's a completely different collection. I did mention it, actually, when we went over to the website. This is absolutely beautiful. Now, first of all, we're going to see... Here we are, here we are. We're just waiting for, there we are. I think we're settled. Are we there? We are. We're going to stay right here now. Now, you have got the Paper Discovery Timeless Room Die, the stamp, the embossing folder. It's a whole collection, 14 dies and 18 stamps in total. Now, these are really, really nice. Absolutely gorgeous.
Really
lots of elements again, Lou.
Absolutely. So, building your own room. Now, this could be for any time of year, for any occasion. So, you can see the size of the dies, first of all, the amount that you're getting there. I mean, things like the armchair, you've got that embossed detail. You've even got the cushion that actually looks like a really squidgy cushion. The lovely warm fire, the rug, all the accessories for the room as well. When they're cut out, you don't just get the outline. You do get that beautiful detail cut into it. So if you love colouring your die cuts or inking them, you've got the perfect guidelines there. And then we've also got to combine with that this really lovely, it's like a wallpaper embossing folder, but I would absolutely use this for lots and lots of other things as a background.
Stunning.
The depth in this embossing is beautiful. This is just on white. For us to be able to pick out that detail on white is amazing. If you imagine then inking it, doing it in different colours, maybe using a white core and sanding back that detail, it will look amazing.
That is very clever actually, because you've got the floor area here, you've got the wallpaper, you've got the dado rail, but actually if you turn it that way as well, you could cut into this. You've got beautiful borders there as well, so you can pick out the colours in different ways using your inks as well. I think it is absolutely stunning.
It really is, and this is one of my favourite samples that Olga's done. And I know we've just gone beyond this season, but it will soon come round again. That is beautiful. She's put it in a frame, but it could easily be a card. We've then got a different time of year as well here. Now, I think maybe for retirement, it would be perfect for Grandma's birthday.
Definitely.
You could put 2 armchairs side by side, his and hers, and have an anniversary
nice idea.
or something. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? That's from our house to yours.
That is lovely.
This is actually a little more feminine, so you could go quite modern with it. And actually, the retro telephone and the lampshade, they're really in now, aren't they?
They are.
And then that one's even more fresh. Relax on your retirement.
That looks like you've just reupholstered that chair there with your favourite fabric. I love it. And the little table there as well, it all works so beautifully. I love the idea of the his and her chairs, actually. In fact, that could almost be our Hochanda chairs. We could have one in blue and one in pink. It could be our thrones. There. Lovely price for this as well. £4 saving, the whole bundle there, $33.97. You're going to get so much there. 14 dies and 18 stamps, 945182. Now, coming up next, something else that was mentioned earlier, but we didn't see it on the first trip down the counter. These are gorgeous as well. I know we've got some samples at the other end that we might see a little bit later, but certainly throughout the one-day special shows, you're going to see more of this as well. Now, we've got a whole collection here again, 4 dies in total. This is your Timeless Panels die set. You've got an embossing folder as well. Now, I'm holding the board here, landscape, when we see it, but of course you can work these landscape, you can go portrait with them as well. In fact, I'm just going to give it a bit of a spin so you can see it the other way around as well. These are beautiful, Lou.
They really are. Now, anything steampunk, cogs and things, they are my absolute favourite. I think masculine cards, these are perfect for. I think you can almost go Art Deco with the pattern there as well. But these dies are separate, so you've got the inner details. If I just show you on here, I'll show you with either one of them.
Lovely, so you can cut into the cards, so you can cut out of it.
Easier. So you've got the border, absolutely. So you can cut straight into your card as a border. I think we've got that used on this one. Just down here, I think that's the one that's, so you can see it's just cut into the cardstock. Sorry, I'm seeing that backwards. But that's cut into the cardstock. Or use it with the border, as we have done on this one, and create your own panels. And of course, you can continue the pattern on and on to create a really large border.
Let me just show you this sample here so you can see there a different way of working with those panels with the clock there. Look at the cogs, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. $15.98 is the price, £5 saving here. Item number 100224. And we've still got 1 or 2 other things to show you as well. You may have noticed the timepieces there, so if you like the clocks, then we can offer those as well. There we are. You've got your die and stamp set, Time on Your Hands, the elegant ornament. 23 dies and 18 stamps there. Brand new for today. A £7 saving on this bundle as well. £39.97, 272233. Now, something else that's new as well. Look at this. Well, it's new for me today. New today, of course. There you are. Now, these would work very, very well with Into the Pond. If you like the oriental feel, then this is fabulous. You've got the cranes in there. You've got the cherry blossom. This is beautiful. 2 die sets, the cherry blossoms and the lanterns, and water, foliage and ducks. 19 dies in total. Lovely addition there if you want to pop that into your basket with a one-day special. Or, of course, you can go for these individually. £22.98 is the price. Another saving of £5 here. Item number 540628. Lovely, but we want to see more demonstrations, don't we? So we're back with Olga. What have you got here, Olga? This looks interesting.
So this time I would like to show you how to make a 3D fish tank.
Oh.
And I'm going to, for the base of the fish tank, I'm going to use one of the die sets that is in Timeless bundle.
Okay.
And that is the 3D diorama. You can, by the way, you can use this one to make round boxes as well.
Oh, lovely.
So it's really multi-use. So what we are going to need, this is going to be the base. These are the sides. We've got 2 plain circles and 1 open, all done with the dies. And we also have a piece of acetate here.
Lovely.
So this darker circle is going to be the background. So I've die cut this coral.
Lovely. I love the
That
colours
is
you've
the
chosen
part
again
of
with the
sea
cardstock.
collection. So I'm just going to add it to the background.
I've noticed again you're using some of it's textured cards, some of it's not textured, and it's nice to have that mix.
The
That's a
glue is
lovely
going to
die
dry
piece.
clear. So that would make a pretty background. It's tone on tone, so it won't take much out of our focal images. So now let me show you how you assemble the box itself.
Lovely.
So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to connect those this way. So they are actually, we are going to have those tabs on both sides.
Oh, I see. You're going to
do.
overlap these. So you've got really good
You
strength
use
there.
one side when you're making the box, so it's going to be the lid. And this way we have the side of our fish tank. So I'm just aligning those two.
Lovely. Lovely that you've got a die to cut all those notches as well, so everything's nice and perfectly done for you.
Then I'm going to use the scissors just to bend this a little bit.
Okay.
So it bends this way. And then I'm going to apply some tape on the wrong side of the tabs. I'm just running it along.
Okay. So it doesn't matter that you've got those notches cut out there because it's just going to catch on the card where you need it. Maybe just take the sticky off your glass mat before you do anything else, which, as you can see, Olga can just rub away.
So what I'm placing the circle just like that on top of the tabs, and I'm tucking them behind as I go, and they all stick to the wrong side of this circle. You can say where the right side is because we've got the pattern here.
Lovely.
So
now that's going together nicely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty quick. When
I'm just going to show the finished sample just a second so you can see what we're actually achieving here. There you go. Look, so you can see if I just turn this to the side, this is where the notches are all going there. Now you're using the sets there. Time on your hands, this is your elegant ornament die set. You've got 23 dies, 18 stamps in here as well, and a flexi-buy option on this one. There we are, just so you can see what's being achieved there.
Then we have the glue set. And I'm going to use that other circle as a backing, just to cover up the tabs at the very back.
Lovely.
Of
That's
the fish
adding
tank.
security to it, and it's hiding sort of the working, so to speak. It's a lovely size as well.
So this is the fish tank. Before I add the top to it, I am going to fill it with the fish. So I'm going to use the sequins here. Here are the fish sequins, and I've put some double-sided tape at the wrong side, and I'm just sticking them onto the background.
Oh, the sequins are so pretty. Details on the screen for these actually, because you're not just getting the sequins, you are getting a stamp set as well with the sentiments there, the underwater sentiments in fact. Fish and shells, you've got the confetti, that's the different shapes you get in there in the confetti. 18 stamps in this bundle as well, all for an amazing price, I've got to say, of just £9.98, so under £10 for this one. £3 saving, 264,975.
So here I have some
I don't
fish.
think I've ever seen anyone stick sequins down with foam pads before.
Those are nice and large and bold, so you can totally do that. I'm also going to...
Lots of detail in the sequins as well, just like the die cut pieces.
Fishes are not going to shake, because if they all go down, that's a bad sign.
Oh.
In a fish tank. So we are adding some seashells instead.
You're getting a
the
big
bottom.
bag of these, aren't you, Olga?
Yeah, and the bag is actually pretty big, so you don't have to worry you will run out of it really quickly. And also, if you have a nice stock of sequins, it's a great chance to use them up. So now I'm going to add some smaller ones. Silver and gold ones will do quite as well. Don't be afraid to put a little bit more.
Lovely.
So now we are going to add a piece of acetate. So I'm using the liquid glue here. This is rather quick drying, but we'll probably
Okay, so a
need
good
a few seconds
quick
for it to
grab
set.
glue is ideal. There we are.
So
What I like about this is you've got all the elements to hide all of the work inside to give a really neat finish and a very effective product.
If you hold it down,
I certainly will. Of
that
course I will. Okay.
It's nice to have someone to help.
I don't mind helping.
I normally do everything on my own. So, and then we can cover it all up with the circle, and this is going to hide all the tabs that we have around.
Lovely.
it.
Do you know that's come together very quickly as well? You could stick maybe some seaweed or some of the plants on the inside of the acetate as well, so it looks as though it's coming out from behind the frame.
We can also add some right on top.
Yeah.
If you're finished the shaker element and you feel you still need something to be added, you can totally do that.
Wonderful.
So now we can assemble the base for the fish tank, which is pretty simple. And by the way, this very shape works with the clock perfectly. The clock face fits inside, so
wonderful.
You can use that.
I know we have got some samples. I'm just going to grab something actually. If I just show you this. So, if you want to create a clock, look at this. So there's acetate front and back here as well. So you can see all the way through. Do you know that is a great idea again for retirement perhaps, a little time to party. So again, you can emboss, if you've got the acetate that you can emboss on, add the detail there as well. Jimmy's just said something, our wonderful director. What a great timepiece for New Year. I know we've just gone into a new year, but thinking ahead, look at that with the cogs there as well. Really, really effective. So you've got so many options with this bundle as well.
So what we are doing with the base, we just have to apply adhesive onto those little tabs. And I'm not even applying the glue onto that first one. It's just the way I like to do it.
Okay.
We're sticking them down. It actually comes together on itself once you start doing it, you will know how. And by the way, I do have tutorials on my YouTube channel.
Oh, wonderful.
So if you get these dies, you will find plenty inspiration over there.
Oh, that's good to know.
So if you have any questions, you can also ask me.
Yes, and do let us know if you've got any questions you want to ask, because there's more shows to come. This is the launch of the one day special. In fact, I do know we've had a lovely email in from Anita. And Anita's saying, I'm so happy that we've got Olga here at Hochanda and on the show. She's such a lovely creator of beautiful things. We're seeing that. Anita's been watching your YouTube channel for a while, so she's really impressed that we've got you here. She's a big, big fan of Olga, and I can see why.
So all we have to do now, I have applied some glue onto the tabs here and a little bit on the inside, just for more security. Yep. We're just adding it on top.
And that just sits in there.
It sits in there.
Look at that.
Making sure it's straight. I mean, the coral.
Oh, what a lovely idea. What an alternative. Instead of just giving a card, give something like this. Or do both. This could be the gift, couldn't it? Gorgeous. I'm thinking, going back to the clock idea as well, perhaps if there's a wedding, you know, you could do the time of the wedding, and maybe you could put the names of the bride and groom into the clock as well. New baby, the time that baby was born. So many ideas. So whether you're going under the sea or you want to stay, you know, on ground level, you certainly can do. Look at that. How effective is that? That's wonderful. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, of course, we've used here the elegant ornament. You've got the dies there, 23 of them. You've got the stamps as well. No, you've got, what have we got here? 23 dies and 18 stamps. It is stamps, isn't it? Yes, it's because it's cut off there on the screen. Brand new today. You've got a flexi-buy option here as well. £7 is the saving here. 2 payments of £19.99. 272233. Now, don't forget to check out on your one-day special. We've been very, very busy on it. I'm not surprised. Now, there's 2 different options. You can go for both, but first we're looking at the In the Pond. And you've got 8 pieces of vellum here, 4 different designs, 2 sheets of each. You've also got the embossing folder in there, you've got the stamp set, and of course you've got those dies as well, which are absolutely beautiful. They really, really are. £28.96, you're saving £6. One item number for both options. So remember, if you're going for In the Pond, we've just seen it there, but you've also got the option of Beyond the Sea. This is the one we're looking at now. Now, a little bit different because you're getting 2 packs of the vellum here, and the vellum is different to the first option. You've got more in the way of seashells on there, and you know, the plants in the sea. Beautiful colours, I've got to say. You've got stamps and you've got dies here as well. They are gorgeous. So one item number for both options, but you can go for one of each if you want, because you are not going to get duplications of dies, stamps or vellum. 691829 is the item number. Now, if you've fallen in love with that vellum, and why wouldn't you? You can go for the extra vellum as well. Or maybe, you know, if you just want to go for the vellum, you can heat emboss it. You can emboss it through with your embossing folders. Been busy on this. Almost a quarter of the stock has already gone. This is a launch show, remember. £17.97, but if you're a Freedom member, you've got a saving there, £14.38 delivered. 649746 is the item number. What a beautiful, beautiful collection of vellums. I think this is my favourite ever collection that I've seen of vellums. I've seen shimmers, I've seen the plain colours, I've seen very vivid, bold patterns on vellum, but I've never seen something quite as delicate and fresh as this. The colours are just stunning. 649746, just a final reminder of the item number there for the vellums. Now, we've got a little bit of time, so we're going to come back to Olga, because we know she's got a lovely third demonstration. It's nice to get the third one in. So we'll leave it with you, Olga. What are we going to see?
So I have a card base pre-made here. It's a 6x6 hinge card
Lovely.
base, but before I stick down the front, I've marked the center here.
Okay.
And this is what, and this is just to place this die as much centered as possible.
So visually, you know where to place the die.
Yeah, this circle die is actually from here.
Oh, wonderful.
From the same set, but you can use any circle die, of course.
Okay, details are still on the screen at the bottom there if you want to go for your hands and elegant ornament set.
Going to tape it down and die cut it really quickly.
Okay, again, remember, if you're switching from dies to embossing folders, just change your sandwich that's appropriate to the machine that you're using. Yes, definitely we can see portholes here, we can see, you know, when you're thinking under the sea, you do tend to think of being, you know, on sea yourself, maybe on a ship, maybe in a submarine. You want to see the sea life, don't you? So think about that. Turn the circle there, turn it into a porthole so you can see the sea life. You can see the plants, the coral reef. Maybe you have got something you could use as a scuba diver. Maybe you've got a die, maybe you've got a stamp. You never know. Maybe you've got a photograph of someone that's been scuba diving. You could work that into your design as well.
So I'm going to place this one into the embossing folder, which is the timeless embossing folder, the same one that works with the clock and with this die set as well.
Okay.
With the boxes.
Okay.
Just a second, I had it somewhere over here. Here it is.
Oh, you'll get used to this, Olga. Once you start demonstrating here at Hochanda, everything's by your side, but then you just can't see it. You just can't see it anywhere.
So we put it inside the folder.
This is so pretty.
Through the die cutting machine.
Okay, now we've got details for this as well. This is a beautiful embossing folder. It's part of the panel set. We did see that on the little trip down the counter earlier, but you'll find everything on the website, of course, as well. £5 saving here. You're not just getting the embossing folder, you're getting 4 dies in there as well. Beautiful panels, so you can cut into the card, you can cut out of the card. Think of your gift boxes as well as your cards as well. £5 saving, £15.98 is the price. Item number 100224.
So this is the result that we are going to get.
Oh, that is so pretty.
We can actually take the circle out, and it can work
we just
on
hold
its
this
own.
up, Olga, just to see the detail there? Just look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
I'm going to use this frame for the project now, and this can be used with this die set as well. If you want to make a box, or if you want to make clock, that is the pocket watch
Yeah.
with the lid.
Oh,
that
that's a
would work
nice
as
idea. I
well.
like that idea a lot. That would make a very ornate top to a box as well, though, wouldn't it? Again, bring out the detail with your inks, maybe. It's entirely up to you.
This card is going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to stick a piece of blue cardstock as a background here.
Okay.
Just add it on there.
There we go. Lovely.
And I can add it to the card right now.
This is a good way of making a card blank. If you haven't got them pre-made and pre-scored, you can make your own very easily.
So here we have the card base ready.
Lovely.
And all we have to do is to add some seam inside that circle. So I have pre-cut again some dies from the Pond die set.
Oh, look at
And
the bulrushes. Aren't they
all I have to
lovely?
do is to add some liquid glue and stick them down on here. I'm not going to use any inks, anything. I'm just
Wow.
sticking the plain white die cuts onto the blue background, and that's going to create kind of the Wedgwood porcelain look.
That looks very nice indeed. And look at the detail on those dies. The dragonfly, I think, is absolutely stunning as well. Really nice.
So this is the lily pads and the lily flower, the view
Lovely.
from this side, unlike these ones that are from
Got
the
just
top
less than
to
2 minutes
bottom.
left, Olga. So hopefully,
the card
we'll
is
get this
done.
finished, because it is very quick to do. It just shows you can make some very elegant, beautiful cards in very little time, in fact. So 2 different options here. One with lots of colour, if you want it there, turn it into a shaker card. The card that Olga's making at the moment, a very quick, simple card, but so, so effective. Isn't that beautiful? That is
And
lovely.
Just sticking them down. No advanced techniques here. Everything's very simple. But I love the
Achievable by
look.
everyone.
Yes.
That is gorgeous. Wow, that is wonderful. Let me just hold that to the front there, and we can see again the effect of that gorgeous embossing folder that's created the frame around there. But the elements from the one-day special there, no ink used, just a couple of colours of cardstock, something very, very quick and easy to do. Do you know, if you make it, can we make to sell, Olga? Are we allowed to do that? Can we sell the cards we make? From the dies? Yes, we can do that as well. So
As long as they're
great
not
way, of
machine
course.
made, yes.
Yes,
If you
of
make
raising
them, you
some
can
money.
sell them.
Perfect. Lou, aren't they just stunning?
They are absolutely beautiful, and she does so well with them. Simple card like that is
Gorgeous.
beautiful.
Love it. I agree about that Wedgwood look there. It really is stunning. You could change the colours there and still have a stunning effect, but I just think, you know, you've got a really good eye, Olga, to the colours and the design. Beautiful items. Now, Olga and Lou, of course, will be back at 9 o'clock tonight, so if you can catch us then, that would be lovely. But, of course, tomorrow as well, the girls are back, starting at 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock and then 5. Just gives me time to say thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Olga, thank you very, very much indeed. Do stay with us. We've got much more ahead. We'll